Welcome to another edition of the Tyler Morgan Show. The last episode was a little crazy. I was doing some crazy wacko things. It's more of a comedy episode. So I figured I'd switch gears a little bit and give you a break from my lame comedy. And today we're going to do some fictional questions that I've received from the viewing audience. That's right, they are fictional questions. So let's get it going. First off, I have my little card here with the questions on it. Memorizing scripts was never one of my strong points. Alright, Jason Alexander from New York City wonders if I have any Texas Hold'em poker tips. Well, generally when I'm playing Texas Hold'em, like everybody else, I like to get at least one ace, one king, one queen, even a jack. High cards are always nice to play with, in case you catch one of those high cards on the river. But where you can get in trouble playing Texas Hold'em that style is if you have a low kicker like a 4. If you have Jack 4 and the flop comes Jack 10 9 or Jack 10 6 even, then that Jack 4 really isn't that strong. So generally I try and stay away from low kickers, and I would consider a low kicker to be anything from probably 6 or 7. That's when the gray period kicks in. Depending on how I'm playing that day and how big of a lead I have, then 6 or 7 I might play, but anything lower than that I generally don't play too often, unless I'm switching up the game and somebody's figured me out. So that's a good poker tip that I have for Texas Hold'em. Low kickers, try and stay away from them. Alright, the second question here on the list. Sam Cates. I think it's Sam Cates. Not sure, these are fictional people. Although I believe there is a Sam Cates in the mayor of Winnipeg, and this also comes from Winnipeg as well. And he wants to know why I started the Tyler Morgan Show. Well, when YouTube first came online and started to become popular, I was definitely right there when the boom started, so that had my interest to begin with. And I never really thought about it at the time, but I guess I was branching out from doing my professional wrestling a little bit at the time when I first started doing the YouTube videos. It wasn't even the Tyler Morgan Show at that point, but that's what grew from the Tyler Morgan Show. I was doing a few wrestling promos on YouTube and stuff like that. And since I've stopped doing wrestling, and I've branched out and created the Tyler Morgan Show. And it's a little bit different than pro wrestling. There are some similarities, but the similarities include that you get to express yourself a little bit and have as much fun with it as possible. That's the big thing. But the difference is you can cover a little bit more subject material doing a show like this on YouTube. Like I was saying earlier, I can do comedy for one episode, and then the next episode I can just answer questions. Consistency doesn't really have to be there all the time. You can kind of switch back and forth. And so that's why I started the Tyler Morgan Show, I suppose, was just the performing arts, I guess. I've always been a fan of those kind of things. Alright, so I covered that one pretty well, and I hope Sam Cates enjoyed the answer. Alright, third question on the list. Veronica Lodge from Riverdale is curious which activity I'd like to try for the first time. Well, I'd like to swim. That's what I'd like to do. I know that I wouldn't be able to swim right off the bat after my first lesson. I can't even doggy paddle, as I've mentioned before, and I know I've had a comment before that it's a valuable skill to have, but the main reason I want to learn how to swim, other than enjoying the water, is I'd like to be able to jump off the high diving board. That's something I'd like to try for the first time, because I have done it before, but with a life jacket. So I guess the straight up answer for this one is the thing I'd like to try for the first time is to jump off the high diving board without a life jacket. I know Veronica Lodge might not be too impressed with that answer, but you know, it's an honest answer. And so we're at number 4 now. Cindy Margolis from Toronto. Ooh, hey Cindy. I think I've seen her picture before. But she wants to know what I look for in a woman. Well, for me, First impressions, of course, because personality is obviously the biggest answer, but it's hard to pick up a personality right off the bat. So, what I look for in a woman right off the bat is the clothes she's wearing, her personal style. It has to be unique. You can't just be a cookie cutter style. And so the clothes she's wearing, her haircut, maybe some jewelry, that stuff will catch my eye right away. And I've always been a breast man. So I don't have breasts, so I always this is where I stumble a little bit over my words, I guess, when I'm talking about women a little bit, is I can even remember my first girlfriend, and this was way back in grade 8. She had breasts already, and that caught my attention right away. So I've always enjoyed a good set of breasts. Some guys like the ass, some guys are leg guys, but I've always been a breast man. Whew, that was a tough one for Cindy. Hopefully answered that to your satisfaction. And the last question that I have on the fictional questions list from the viewers of the Tyler Morgan Show, Eric Nystrom. I think he was a hockey player at one point. I'm glad he's been enjoying the show. Eric Nystrom wonders, if I had to change my first name, it's Tyler, what would I change it to? I've thought about this once in a while. I've had this question on the street and from friends before. I really do like the name Tyler, but I find as I'm growing older and older, I'm finding more and meeting more and more Tylers, so it's not quite as unique as I once thought it was. So I'd like to take the name Tyler, because I do like it, and maybe just give it a little tweak and go with Tyrone. So if I had to change my first name from Tyler, I think I'd pick Tyrone. Well, that pretty much does it for the fictional questions this time around. I hope you enjoyed it, and perhaps this little segment will make its way back into the Tyler Morgan Show at some point. And hopefully I can jump off that high diving board without a life jacket within 12 months. Who knows? We'll see. Thanks.